Book 04, Working Online Without Losing Your Soul, Humanity Before Algorithms, teaches that the deepest challenge of modern online and virtual work is not technological complexity alone, but the preservation of humanity, dignity, truthfulness, emotional aliveness, and ethical integrity, while living inside systems increasingly shaped by metrics, automation, urgency, artificial intelligence, performance pressures, surveillance logics, and algorithmic influence. The book argues that many modern workers unconsciously lose themselves not because they lack discipline or intelligence, but because they gradually disconnect from meaning, embodiment, compassion, and inner truth while optimizing for speed, productivity, approval, visibility, or survival. Therefore, the central thesis of Book 04 is profoundly simple. Technology must remain a servant of human flourishing, never the replacement of humanity itself. The book introduces the foundational doctrine that humanity precedes algorithms, dignity precedes efficiency, and truth precedes optimization. While digital systems, artificial intelligence, analytics, automation tools, and performance infrastructures can increase convenience, learning, organization, communication, and productivity, they cannot replace ethical discernment, emotional wisdom, relational care, embodied presence, compassion, conscience, or meaningful purpose. Thus, Book 04 reframes the online professional not as a machine of performance, but as a conscious human being, learning how to work inside technological systems without becoming psychologically fragmented or spiritually disconnected. The book argues that the nervous system is the hidden battlefield of the digital age. Continuous stimulation, urgency, endless notifications, emotional comparison, performance anxiety, algorithmic persuasion, constant visibility, and productivity pressures gradually train many people into states of chronic nervous system activation. Over time, individuals may become emotionally numb, impatient, transactional, overstimulated, cynical, emotionally isolated, or disconnected from themselves and others. Book 4 therefore teaches that sustainable digital professionalism requires intentional nervous system protection through pauses, boundaries, reflective practices, emotional honesty, breathing, ethical pacing, silence, sleep, and deliberate moments of reconnection to one's values and humanity. The book introduces a doctoral level principle for KOLs, scholars, educators, and online professionals. Technology amplifies character, it does not replace character. Artificial intelligence, digital tools, and online systems magnify what already exists within human intention. Compassionate people may use technology to educate, heal, support, and elevate others. Exploitative systems may use the same tools to manipulate, extract attention, intensify fear, or increase dependency. Therefore, ethical maturity becomes more important, not less, in technologically advanced environments. The central question evolves from what can technology do to who are we becoming while using technology. Book 04 reframes ethical AI through a human centered lens. Artificial intelligence is treated not as an authority to obey, nor as a replacement for wisdom, but as a tool to support scholarship, organization, creativity, reflection, emotional regulation, learning, communication, and human flourishing when governed by consent, transparency, accountability, compassion, lawful responsibility, and truthfulness. The ethical online professional learns to use AI to widen awareness rather than narrow it, deepen discernment rather than automate conscience, and strengthen integrity rather than weaken responsibility. Technology becomes meaningful only when it protects dignity and serves life. The book further argues that work without meaning eventually harms the soul. Many people experience exhaustion not only because they work too much, but because their work becomes emotionally disconnected from values, purpose, contribution, care, or service. Therefore, Book 04 encourages individuals to reconnect ordinary digital work to larger ethical questions. Who benefits from my work? Does my work reduce harm or increase well-being? Am I communicating truthfully? Am I protecting dignity, my own and others? Am I contributing to peace, clarity, fairness, learning, compassion, safety, or flourishing? Meaningful work becomes not grandiosity, but everyday ethical participation in life. Book 04 also teaches that presence is resistance in an age of fragmentation. Slowness, attention, emotional sincerity, listening, kindness, thoughtful pacing, reflection, and ethical restraint become radical acts of nervous system and human protection. Rather than reacting impulsively to digital conflict, performance pressure, online comparison criticism, or overstimulation, the calm online professional learns to pause, regulate, reflect, understand, and then act responsibly. In this way, humanity becomes embodied through moment to moment ethical choices rather than abstract ideals. For KOLs and future educators, Books 04 teaches a critical leadership principle. People trust humanity before expertise. Audiences may admire intelligence, but they deeply remember sincerity, emotional steadiness, ethical clarity, compassion, and truthful presence. A leader who remains deeply human while engaging technology becomes psychologically safe for others because they embody coherence between values and behavior. Thus, authentic influence arises not from appearing technologically powerful, but from remaining emotionally real, ethically grounded, and relationally trustworthy while navigating complexity. Ultimately, Books 04 teaches a single cultivating truth to learn by heart and embody daily. Technology is powerful, but humanity is sacred. Productivity matters, but dignity matters more. Artificial intelligence may increase speed, but wisdom determines direction. The deepest success is not working online without struggle. It is working online without losing compassion, truth, embodiment, purpose, and the quiet humanity that makes life meaningful.